Hello, everybody. This is Clint Macro and Matt Mallory with Meet the Pressers. We're at the 2026 NRA annual meeting in Houston, Texas, at the Voices of the Second Amendment area, specifically at the Meet the Pressers Gun Freedom Radio Studio of Liberty.
She didn't hear it.
She didn't hear it. She didn't hear it. Cheryl Todd's just standing right over there, and she didn't hear what I was doing.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes stuff.
In front of the scenes.
So, Matt, would you please introduce our special guest?
Absolutely. Chris Freshman from Frontsite is here with us. We've been had great pleasure to talk to him, fellow officer.
Sir.
And can't wait to hear all you got going on.
Have a good time.
Yeah, one of the
Thanks
problems.
for hopping
Oh,
on.
wait, come on.
Sir.
Yeah.
One of the problems that we as podcasters and folks, we have to navigate the ever-moving goalpost of standards and safety standards and content standards with social media outlets. And, you know, as someone that's very much of a mind of a libertarian, I have to respect personal property rights. And, you know, YouTube is owned by the people that own YouTube, and Facebook is owned by the... So as much as I dislike that there's this definitely bias against folks in our field, after all, it's their channel, right? So I think what you are bringing to the table is something that could solve that problem for a great deal of people that put content out onto the interwebs.
Absolutely.
Give us the rundown.
Sure. So we created Frontsite. Frontsite is a mixture of a social media platform and a search function. So think of Facebook and Yelp. So as a search function, you can get on there, and if say you're traveling somewhere or near where you live, you can put in gun stores, gear stores, FFLs, all come on Dropbox. You can look for ranges, training organizations, guided hunting properties, fishing charters, anything 2A or outdoor related you want to look for. You put it in there, and then you put either near me, a zip code, a city, whatever, and it comes up. We pull that information primarily right now off of Google Business Maps. So if a business is already on Google Business Maps, they're already on Frontsite. They don't even know about it yet. So they can find them through there. The other way, and my favorite part of the app, is actually the social media side of it. So you have two different feeds, and everyone can be a user. It's free to download and free to use for everybody. But you have your user feed, and you just kind of scroll like you would doom scrolling through Facebook or whatever. But the best part is if you follow a vendor, right? So let's say you guys had a vendor page. You guys absolutely could, by the way, have a vendor page once we set up the media link as well. And say I follow you guys, or I follow the NRA, because the NRA is going to be one of our big sponsors because they want to get on the app as well.
Yeah.
So let's say I follow the NRA or you guys. Every time you post, and you post for free as often as much as you want, it comes up in my following feed. So say you follow a gun range or a gun store, every time they post a sale, an event, or whatever, you never miss it. So if you're going through, say, Facebook, and you're scrolling through, you say, oh man, where was that post at? You can never find it again, right? But at least here, if you follow those people, it comes up in your following feed, you'll be able to find it pretty quickly, and it's all right there.
Smart.
So it keeps you from having to dig through a bunch of other stuff. The benefit, though, is the difference between Facebook and Frontsite. Facebook, you have 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers. 10% might actually see what you post, right? But with us, exactly. Well, the problem is with us, we're doing the opposite. 100% of the people will see, because we have no algorithms, there's no shadow banning, there's no throttling. If you want to put something out there, as long as you're not violating the law, federal, state law, then you're going to be fine, right? So you can post whatever you want. You know, First Amendment, Second Amendment, we're open for both, obviously. As long as you're not obviously threatening people, which this community, we don't have to worry about that as much. That's the other community we got to worry about does that. So with us, though, if you have 100,000 followers, what you post will pop up in 100,000 people's following feeds.
That's awesome.
So is it on App Store?
It is. Okay. So we're on both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. The problem is when you type it in the first time, especially Apple. I think you got an Apple?
Yep.
Maybe. So when you type it in, it's Frontsite. Yep. If you type it in, it'll say, did you mean Frontsite? Spelled exactly the same way. Since it's not downloaded a whole lot yet, just click yes, because did you mean this? And it'll pop up. Once it gets downloaded more often, we'll have, it'll be a little bit easier and it'll pop up a little bit faster.
And the link to the website, which you can go from there to either of the apps, is right in the description.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't scrolling and looking at my emails. I was checking out the site on the app, so you can download it right off the Apple app or the Mac Store.
So we have a web version as well. So you can actually go to https:// whatever it is, app.frontsiteapp.com. So especially for businesses, it's a little bit easier to operate on that computer, right? Yeah. So you can go on there and you can do that all you want, and type it on your computer. The cool thing about being a vendor page, so we have once you get approved to be a vendor, every vendor is approved on the app. So we don't have to give you a green check mark and say you're approved. it has to be verified by us. So everyone's going to be verified.
No extra cost for the verification?
So there is a $10 verification fee if I don't verify who you are in person already. So if I meet you at a show or whatever, then I obviously, but it's a $10 verification fee, just as for me to sit down and actually like research who you are, right?
For sure.
Once that's done, once you're approved, you can post as much as you want, build your followers there. Someone comes into your store and says, hey, I want to buy this gun. They buy it. Hey, also follow us on Frontsite. Because next time you might want to see a sale or an ammo sale, whatever, you can find it there. So that's one way we will make money, but it's not really a big way. It's only $10. The other way eventually will be advertising. So once we start the advertising process, people can advertise. So if you had a business and you want to grow into other states, we can do that specifically for those the general vicinities you want to grow into, and we can do the advertising that way.
So not only social media type content like what we do, but also gun shops and gunsmiths and ranges and sportsmen's clubs and whatever else.
Yeah, I had a hard time a year and a half ago. I ran our firearms range for the police department for 4 years, and I had a hard time finding a gunsmith. I said, this should not be this difficult. I Googled them. I asked around. Nobody knew. So how am I not finding a gunsmith? So with this, it's a little bit easier as long as we're on the Google Business Maps. You pull it up. But then it really encourages people to get on the app, have a presence on the app, and then build your following that way. Because then I can just type in gunsmiths and you pop right up.
So this is very new, right? Like
We're only a month
did
and a
you
half
launch?
old.
Month and a half.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for getting the word out about the app so that people would use it, and how can we help with? I mean, obviously we're helping with that here.
Absolutely,
now.
yeah. So the biggest thing right now is I talked with Justin Davis from the NRA, and he has agreed to get the NRA as a whole on. So I was at SHOT Show. We had a meeting. And after I briefed him on the app, he said, man, we want to support this. I said, cool, I'll get with Daryl Shank, who does
heck, an organization that big sends out an email to all
right.
of its members. That's, yeah.
So I said, hey, I'll get with Daryl Shank. We'll get the LE side, the LE instructors on, right? They'll have their own microcosm or their own little silo, right? So anyone in law enforcement can say, hey, where's the NRA teaching classes? If they follow the NRA LE training side, you can find all their stuff. We'll do the same thing for the civilians and Eddie the Eagle and the whole nine. But he said, no, I don't think you understand. Like, the NRA wants to support this. We are going to push this as a whole. So the NRA can have the NRA. You can follow them, and they can post things like news updates or what's going on in the 2A community. But then there's other microcosms of the NRA. You can follow them specifically for what you're specifically looking for. So if you're an NRA certified instructor and you have your own business, it's a double whammy. You can see what they're posting, and you can also follow the NRA for what they're talking about to kind of build that community. So right now, I think the NRA has over 3 million members, and they're going to push it out. So that's the first big hurdle.
That's awesome.
After that, I mean, I do YouTube content every once in a while. It gets a little bit, again, it's hard, right? On those social medias like that to get
really hard,
get anything out there. So we're trying.
Our first show on Friday got taken down by Facebook.
Yeah.
Appeal it, and it got put back up. But it's like
if our 8 years of our catalog of 8 years of material, Facebook every couple days they pull another one down.
So with us, if you have we're going to do short videos, very very short videos. Just because of size and data and all that, right? The space. So if you had a link to say, hey, follow us on this, check out this video, and you can post it on there, and everyone that follows you will see that. Go right to the link, and if it goes to YouTube or Rumble, then you can go right to that, and you can see what you guys are talking about. We'll never take down any of your content. Like if you post something about it, we'll never take it down. YouTube right now apparently is retroactively looking for things in your old content. So if you don't have ESP, right, then you're not going to know that a year ago when you did this video, now it no longer meets their criteria, and it didn't take it back.
I think we're up to like eight shows, and they were pretty busy.
Some of our
shows.
most visited shows, actually. Yeah.
They took them down.
And I wonder, because there were so many hits on it compared to others, they focused more on it. Hard. Who knows what goes into the mind of the bots at YouTube, right?
Exactly.
Well, and that's what bring up bots. So with the search function with us, it brings over your Google rating, right? So you can rate businesses on Frontsite as well, to kind of keep us in line with what we should be doing, right? Yeah. And the problem with Google is you can buy ratings, right? And you can up your ratings a bit. So they'll come over, hey, this company has a 5-star review, but you can also rate them separately on Frontsite, which is more individuals rating actual businesses. Right. So you get a legitimate rating as opposed to whatever that company might have bought. So it also keeps us accountable. Right, as long as you're taking care of your customers, you're taking care of your people, then it's going to be well for you. So
fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We may be looking at the man who possibly built the better mousetrap.
The next Elon Musk, or the next what's his name?
Facebook. Oh, Zuckerberg.
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuck.
My son says that he's a lizard. Where's a human mask? Yeah.
He looked weird for years, and now all of a sudden he looks more human. I guess he grew his hair out, it's curly, and he's back to his college look days or whatever.
It was Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain Bears.
Man, my wife says the same thing.
My wife,
I always mess that up every time.
She says it, and I'm like, I love you, honey. You're watching.
Yeah. So the funny thing with that is, like, right now, Facebook's a little bit more like, yeah, you can post what you want, right?
Yeah.
They came out and said, we're not throttling anybody. We're not shadowbanning anybody.
Right.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, man.
Have you pulled up Facebook lately? Like, one of the big things, Palmetto State Armory out of South Carolina, they're growing in other places. They have this thing called the Gathering every year in March. And the Gathering brings in, just like the big gun companies, FN, Kimber, Glock, SIG, the whole nine, right? They had over 10,000 people this event. They only had 600 likes on Facebook.
Yeah.
How does this work?
I have a recording studio, so I have another business as well.
Yeah.
And when I post something music related, within seconds I had 40, 50 likes. When I post anything other than that, gun related or training related, it may take me 2 weeks to get 40 or 50 likes on it. So definitely the shadow banning is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Most certainly.
Yeah, my PSNet page, we had one post years ago that got over 1 million views on it, and like not again, right? I mean, like interviews we've done and stuff, you'd think like Donald Trump Jr., you'd think that thing would be through the roof, but they stifle everything. So it's good to have companies like you coming out.
Yeah.
And then the Old Glory Bank, we had them on the other day.
He met with me at SHOT Show. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
super nice guy. I love it.
For sure.
So he wants to, obviously he's reaching out. Hey, let me know if I can help you out with anything. And so my business uses Chase Bank. And he goes, why?
Chase Bank, yeah.
It's because they was next door. Like, that's the only reason.
Chase Bank will chase away your liberty.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're looking to change it up and go to the Old Glory Bank once we start, bringing in some money. I have a second application that is out. It's kind of a sister app to Frontsite.
Okay.
It's called Frontsite Safe, and that's the one that'll hopefully get us some funding to start pushing it. So basically, it's a data storage app for your firearms, tools, or household items. So in 20 years of law enforcement, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I've never once been to a call where a guy said, hey, my gun was stolen out of my truck. Cool. What was the serial number? What make, model? It was a Glock.
Yeah.
It might have been a 40 cal. I don't remember. I don't know. Where's the serial number? Caliber, yeah? I don't have a clue. Like, what's the serial number? I don't know. This happened a couple weeks ago. Someone was like, let me call my mom. It's like 30-something years old. Let me call my mom. She's got my... Okay. So,
logging that is very, very, very smart. Yeah. I know some people that just don't think to do it.
Yeah.
But there's other people that say, well, I don't want to record that because if someone gets my list, it's way up the pros and cons here, right?
So the big thing about that is with us, it's guns, tools, so you can like have lawn care equipment, things like that.
Yeah.
Or
I have a huge collection of expensive microphones, and I have a list of them. That would be a good place to put that too.
Yep. So you can put 3 pictures, what you want to call it, make, model, serial number, value, in a notes box. So if you put like value, $500, notes, I just upgraded the trigger, or I bought this off a crack it on the east side, whatever you want to put on there, right? And then you can have that in there. You save it, you get 3 pictures. And then for tools, you get 2 pictures, same information. And for household items or other, you get 1 picture. So it's $1 to download, and you get 6 of each. Or for $10 a year, which is probably less than that cup of coffee over there, from Starbucks, which is terrible.
I didn't drink it on camera because I tell my students will never catch me dead in a Starbucks. But that's all that was here.
Hey, when you need coffee, and that's all that's there,
you
get your burnt coffee here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you get like, hey, like, you got 1 picture for other, and my neighbor across the street, one house over, had their house burned down. So 3 a.m, they're knocking on my door, bring them inside. Like, they had their phones and stuff. We called 911. I got on my radio, called for help, and then my buddy that works at the police department with me, his apartment building burned down. They can't prove to the insurance company what they own.
Jeez, that's the worst.
And I met a young lady who lives in lives in Colorado, who teaches people how to kind of prep for hurricanes, storms, or whatever, fires especially. That, hey, if you have this information, and for us, if it's on your phone, you can pull it up, take it with you when you run out of the house, and there you go. You have it all right here.
Smart.
It's completely secure. But if your phone goes down in that boating accident with all your rifles, because the ATF comes knocking, you can always just, get a new phone, download it off the cloud, and it's all right there.
Yeah, it's good to have that in the cloud. I mean, I have a log book for guns, and I have a log book for my microphones and stuff, but it is in my home. So if the home did burn down, God forbid, then, well, I do keep it in the fire safe, but still things could happen to that.
Right.
That's a very cool idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, for $10 a year, it gets you 60,000 photos, because that's the most of the data comes from pictures, right? You can type all you want; it's not going to take up any memory.
Pictures and videos.
Pictures and videos.
Big
Yep.
chomp. So now here's one for you, and if
Sure.
you move forward with this, you just give me credit or something,
Sure.
or profit sharing if you want. But
Yeah. 5%.
if they put all those things in that app, and then they decide they want to sell it, you do like an eBay, and you can just have them link it over to a sale page.
So I don't know if I want. Yes, I
That's
don't know.
interesting.
Like Gunbroker, I know Gunbroker's around here. That might get you taken down. Say Gunbroker online. But have a link. Somebody did bring it up one time where, hey, like if I sold this gun, is there a way to? Yes, you can delete it from your records, or what I'm going to do is add a thing. We hit sold, and it'll put like the word sold across the picture, the main photo.
So you still have the info.
So you still have the information in case something ever does happen. You can have it there.
Using a crime, and they come back and did you have this gun one time?
That's so you have some of my guns here.
Oh wow.
I haven't put them all in there yet, but we're playing with it, right? So you can pick my Kimber, and you see make, model, serial number, value, crimson trace, laser gripping, camo, 3 pictures. So you have it there in case you need it. Same concept for tools and other. I did the leg lamp from Christmas Carol when I was doing the other one.
Yeah.
That's what I put on there for some marketing. So yeah, if you like the leg lamp, it's important, right?
It's a major award.
It is. Yes.
All right. Well, let them know again how they find out about the app and
Absolutely. So you can download the app on both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. You can also find us at www.frontsiteapp.com. On that website, you can actually go to the top and it has a link to the actual web app, or you can go to app.frontsiteapp.com to use the web app as well. Again, it's free to download, free to use for everybody. Again, there's no throttling, no shadow banning, no algorithms, no nothing.
Awesome.
Thanks, gentlemen.
for coming on, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Make sure you check out meetthepressers.com/giveaways. Sign up for the giveaways. Runs to the end of the month. If you're here at the show, check us out. We got classes coming up this afternoon. Make sure you hop in on our everyday self-defense, and
Conceal carry, all the must-know stuff.
there you go. And stop by, say hi, shake our hands, and have some fun. Stay safe.